Welcome to Seeing This. We have an exciting bonus episode here. We're doing a anniversary Back to the Futures where 30 years ago, Clueless was released. 1995.
Man.
How old do we all feel?
I mean, I
How
feel pretty
do we
old.
feel
Sure.
well, you're in a sling, but if you're just joining us, I am the movie Mamba, Michael Ornelas. We have the feisty Pisces over here, Erica McMullen.
Hello.
And we have the Gerber baby-faced, healing from collarbone surgery, Adrian Cedeno.
Not an
Yes, sir, staying
assassin
strong.
right now.
Feeling-
Decommissioned.
I mean, listen, he's got his weapons in the back right there.
You
His
guys don't
assassin,
know.
you know?
You guys don't know.
Shoot.
One-armed bandit.
It was a one-armed man.
Someone's gonna break into his home and he's gonna go for the nunchucks and it's gonna be like, what?
I'm gonna spin him and be like, keep practicing, fool.
A fellow chucker. Yeah. That's just getting us ready for our future anniversary episode of the Ninja Turtles. But for today, Clueless. Adrian, let's get us started. You got the letterbox description. Give some context of this classic.
All right. Clueless, 1995, directed by Amy Heckerling. Sex, clothes, popularity. Is there a problem?
No, hold on. Let me stop you right there real quick. We got to get the Beverly Hills Valley Girl description. We got to get
those.
Let's get a little taste just of the tagline. How about that?
I don't even think I get that. Sex, clothes, popularity. Is there a problem here? Is that better? Here we go. Shallow, rich, and socially successful Cher is at the top of her Beverly Hills High School's pecking scale. Seeing herself as a matchmaker, Cher first coaxes two teachers into dating each other. Emboldened by her success, she decides to give hopelessly klutzy new student Ty a makeover. When Ty becomes more popular than she is, Cher realizes that her disapproving ex-stepbrother was right about how misguided she was and falls for him.
Love it. Again, just so much in this movie that's not in the description. I think we should start every anniversary episode moving forward with Erica. How old were you when this movie came out?
I mean, according to my son, a long time ago.
A long
time ago.
You were 1 year old when Clueless came out. Yeah. Incredible.
I don't think I saw Clueless until I was maybe like 13 too.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I was 95. I would have been 9. Adrian, you would have been 8, I imagine. And same, I don't think we saw it when it came out, but not too far thereof. I must have seen it around 12, maybe 13. Yeah.
I remember seeing it. I have a sister that's 7 years older than me. Happy birthday, Tanya, today, her birthday.
Shout out, happy birthday.
45, damn you old. So it was my sister being 7 years older was right around the time of this, 15, maybe just turning 16 kind of age, which I think the main character in this is a 16-year-old girl. So I remember not watching fully, not really paying attention.
It's on TV.
But she was on, she was watching it. Yeah. And then I remember growing up, all the time it being on, because I remember TGI Friday. Erica, I don't even know if that was around when you were old enough, you actually tuned in one day a week Friday for a set of shows. And I remember they had a TV show based off of Clueless, right? It came out the year after. Right after the movie came out, they came out with a show, and it was TGI Friday type show. So
yeah, I mean,
remember watching
it. Having siblings is older siblings, you tend to pick up on a lot of movies like that. I'm an only child, but I have 2 stepsisters. Shout out Rachel, who had a birthday July 18th. Aunt shares the birthday with my mom. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday, Rachel. Happy birthday, everyone in July. Happy birthday, listener, if it's your birthday. But Clueless was one of those movies that stayed ingrained on your mind. There's so many quotes in this movie. There's so many scenes that are vivid. You just know exactly when it comes. You remember the scene as it builds up.
Yeah.
It's just so classic.
I think this was the first time I actually sat and watched the whole thing through, in one sitting, watched the whole thing, absorbed it all in. And even my kids all kind of watched
All
portions of
three?
it. Everybody, yeah.
Nice.
As soon as I put it on, my wife Rosalind was like dancing and singing,
Sure.
like, "Oh my God, are you guys? What are you doing?" Like she like looked, and then she was like, "Are you watching this right now?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh my God, this is my favorite," and then she was locked in, ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that
Seth
meant everybody that was like
Rogen.
walking in and out was watching it.
Yeah, Seth Rogen just came out recently. I don't know what red carpet they were on, but he said in his words, it's the best high school film of all time. So we can get into that, comparing it to other high school movies.
I don't know about that, but it's close and pretty accurate.
We can get into that as we dive in, but let's get it started here with our first category, the Will Smith at the Oscars. Does this still slap? I think this is a unanimous yes.
Um,
Ooh, ooh.
I think it does still slap in the sense that like, uh, it wasn't realistic then because it was Beverly Hills. Like, come on, how many people have that type of wealth in the neighborhood I grew up in? Not many.
Sure,
In the family
sure.
I have, not many. So that always turned off me on a certain level, like, and a lot of
Mm.
the crowd that I would assume um, I hung around with would not be like interested in watching that and being like, this doesn't relate to us. This isn't. Although the language and the lingo, the style of clothes that even my kids watching it, like they were like, oh no, that's called drip nowadays. Like
Drip?
they're yeah. So my wife made a comment like, see those clothes? Like they're all walking through, like it was like almost like a runway where they're walking through the school and checking out all those clothes. And my kids looked at each other. They're like, oh yeah, we call that would be considered drip nowadays. And we were like, it's kind of whack. Like I remember it being whack then, and we were still wearing it, and it was like that's all we had.
Yeah.
Um, so
But
you
I
know,
mean, the movie does a good job of kind of satirizing and making a comment on the I mean, this movie is about fashion, highly about fashion, right? But they do that kind of cliche now tour of the school when Cher is showing Tay like around. It's like, oh, there's a skater group, there's this group. You know, we've seen that in a few of these high school movies.
So
But she's making a
staple.
commentary on like the baggy pants and you know
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like the movie is self-aware in that way and making a bit of a commentary of the fashion at the time. Erica,
Uh,
this movie slaps,
yes.
right? You're
Yes. This movie
yeah.
100% still slaps. I
Okay.
think for me and for like a lot of people around me that like grew up watching this film, because like I said, I maybe watched it for the first time when I was like going into high school. So it was like really fun to see like for one how different it was like when I went to high school versus what they're doing like in the movie, obviously. But yeah, this movie is about fashion. I mean, the fact that Cher has her own little like, let's look at what this outfit looks like and let's pair this outfit, like, was so ahead
It's
of
ahead
its
of its time.
time. So that's why I
Yeah,
think it still like really kind of fits in because you could definitely imagine those same scenarios in a high school setting nowadays, for sure.
yeah, they probably have it on
100%.
an app on their phone now. You know,
100.
100%. I mean, AI could do it for you. Here's a picture of me. Give me an outfit that looks fucking whatever
Boom.
style you want.
right?
You know, your favorite. Yeah. I mean, this definitely still slaps. You know, I tried to plug the podcast out in the wild and I went to get a coffee today and I mentioned that we're doing Clueless and the barista got excited. It's like anyone I talk to about Clueless is like, that's my favorite or it's one of my favorites. So
Yeah.
this still slaps for sure. As we move forward, we have the
Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2 unnecessary sequel. Sorry, I took a lot of notes on this one, so I had to find out where we were here. What happens in the sequel? I've got something, but I want to hear your guys' idea. Erica, maybe what's your sequel to Clueless?
I want it to be like obviously not centered around Cher, maybe like around the teachers,
Oh,
like another teacher comes in and like it falls in love with him or her and then they're trying to like get rid of that teacher. I think it, obviously like you couldn't have the same cast nowadays, so like maybe if it was like a school reunion and then like something of that sort maybe. I don't know. I don't really think that this movie needs a sequel. It's one of those that's just too good for a
Yeah.
sequel, but
Leave it
if
alone
you
kind of thing,
had
sure.
to.
Hence the category, unnecessary sequel, yeah. Adrian, you mentioned the TV show. Is there any
Yeah.
other sequel ideas that
Nah, so
yeah.
the TV show just went on like the next year, like the next year of high school. They're juniors now or 17 years old, whatever. And it really didn't focus on Cher. One, because Alicia Silverstone wasn't in it. They went with a different character or different actress. But it was more, I remember, like from what I remember, it was more Amber's character and Donald Faison's character,
Murray?
Murray. It was like more about Murray and his girl and Amber and some other dude.
Yeah, like the three main, like Stacey Dash, Elisa Donovan, who plays Amber, and then Donald Faison. It looks like the three of them were in this, and
Were
then
like the
someone, and
main
then
characters of the show.
they recast Cher, like they
Yeah,
just recast her. Yeah.
and they recast the
Um.
dad. They recasted a bunch of people in it.
Which, how can you recast Cher? Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably why it wasn't too successful, though it did go 3 seasons.
That's probably why you have no idea about it.
Yeah. I don't think I watched it, but I believe that it would be on TGIF Friday. Like it's that kind of show.
It was
Yeah.
not good, but it was just like the movie, like constant, steady,
Yeah.
typical high school drama.
So there is a sequel to this movie. It's called Legally Blonde. I mean, in Clueless, she's working. Her dad's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And she's very smart. She has a great debate, even though she doesn't get a good grade. Last time I checked, the Statue of Liberty doesn't have RSVP on it. You know what I mean?
And in conclusion, may I please remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty. Thank you very much.
Talk about fucking relatable right now. Fuck ice. Anyways, so we'll move forward after the sequel and go to the Whip Whitaker from Flight No Fly Zone. What hasn't aged well? I got a couple things, and I think there's a very glaring one here. What do you think, Agent?
The No Fly Zone for me was like the almost familial relationship.
Yeah.
It just, I think she even makes a comment about it, like we're in California, not in Kansas or something.
Kentucky.
And then the whole time she's like,
Yeah.
Kentucky. Yeah, the whole time she's all about him, and just is clueless to it. So
Sure.
that was the only one. Besides, I know you guys always correct me with like saying retard and tard. That was a lot, like pretty prominent in the movie, and I remember it just from that day. Like that's how we would talk. So I would assume that.
Erica, what do you got?
I mean, yeah, the fact that that's your stepbrother is just really fucking weird to me. The fact that he's already in college and she's still in high school, that's a fucking red
She's
flag
16?
right there.
That's the one.
Like,
That's
like
the one. Yeah.
the whole relationship between them two is no bueno.
Like and not only to that extent, like they go to his frat's party, and not only are they at that party, like a bunch of the high schoolers are at this party, and Paul Rudd's character, Josh, is hanging around these girls and trying to talk to Tay and
I want to say the only, and it's not really a defense of the whole situation, but the fact that it is a rich Beverly Hills party does make it seem that, yes, younger kids would be privy to what their older siblings are doing and the rich parties and stuff like that. I mean, I knew kids in certain college towns who definitely like were younger, trying to get into like college parties. But the fact that everyone's okay with it is the problem. Like, I don't know.
I think even the party aside, like just the fact that Paul Rudd's character Josh is hanging out with high schoolers and like actively flirting, and not only high schoolers, like you said, like they're probably sophomores, maybe
16.
Juniors. They're 16.
I think she says like I'm 16, guys.
Yeah. I think towards the end she mentions
when they
it.
think
And
it's
before
wedding,
that,
like
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and like, oh, this is their senior year, but not even. So yeah, definitely did not age well. One other thing I would say is Stacey Dash, just as a person, hasn't aged too well. She's definitely been in the news over the past few years about her political views and some of her opinions. If you want to Google that, look into it. I'll leave that to you at home. All right. M. Night Shyamalan twist ending. Is there a twist to this movie that you guys could think
Yeah,
of?
she gets. It would have been realistic if one of those girls got pregnant, like Cher or Dionne, and then they're having a kid as a junior. Then I would have been able to relate. Then I would have been like, yo,
Then
this
you
is
could speak
accurate.
from experience, huh?
I'm gonna add on to that. Like, I think like if that's a good one, if Ty but I think if it like Ty got pregnant, but either
Yeah, yeah.
that or
Oh,
like
Ty got pregnant
that or
by
like
by
she ends up
Travis.
Yeah.
By Travis or what?
yeah. But like she either
Huh.
that or she ends up getting like really actually seriously hurt like when she hits her head. Like it puts her in a coma or something like that, and she like
When she gets hit
I
by a
don't know.
shoe, like a flying shoe.
Man,
What did she
that's
end up
taking a
hitting her
dark
head on?
turn.
Did she fall or what did she hit her head on? The
Well,
light?
yeah, she gets hit, and then when she sits up, she hits the light again.
That's
Like
right. When she
She
sits up,
gets
she hits
hits
the
her
hit
head
by
light.
a
twice.
flying boot,
Yeah.
like somebody's shoe flies off.
Like if her personality changed because of that.
I mean, that would explain why she's like suddenly rude, and like she does have a big flip towards Cher later on, and then before that towards Travis, like when she first gets her makeover, and it's like just because she's dressed different, she's suddenly a different person. So yeah, but I think that happens before she gets hit. All right, well we can leave it with that. I was gonna say that Cher's daddy, catches Cher and Josh kissing on the stairs and fucking fires them, gets rid of them, and breaks them up because they end up being at the wedding of the teachers together, kissing, making it like, who's okay with all of this? I guess that's a nitpick. Comes later.
Yeah, that's a nitpick because the
I guess that
dad
comes
kind of
later.
like realizes what's going on when Josh gets upset with the gay guy rolls through, and he's like feeling a little intimidated for a second because they don't really know he's gay yet. And then he's like, I don't like this guy. I'm gonna go there. And he like looks up, like he understands what's going on. Like, oh, he's starting to care
One
for
of
her and
my
trying to look out for
favorite
her,
ones.
even though he's not my stepson anymore because they've been divorced and now they're two parents deep.
One of my favorite parts is when the dad asks Christian, "Do you drink?" Because he's trying to make sure that like he's not gonna drink and drive.
You drink?
No, thanks, I'm cool.
I'm not offering. I'm asking you if you drink. You think I give alcohol to teenage drivers taking my daughter out?
Hey, man, the protective vibe, I dig.
What's with you, kid? You think the death of Sammy Davis left an opening in the Rat Pack?
Yeah. Well, that brings me to No Country for Cold Take hot takes. Hot take for this film, and I'll just open with this because it's a good segue from what you just said. Dan Hedaya, who plays the dad, he is the funniest part of this movie. He like anytime he's in a scene and has some line, like his delivery as kind of like the straight man father, and like he's the same character as the dad in Night at the Roxbury. Like there's it's funny because there's a lot of parallels from Night at the Roxbury, not just with that, but like the casting. Amber, like I said, is in that movie as one of the girls that the brothers hooks up with. I also looked at Mona May. She's been costume designer for Night at the Roxbury, Wedding Singer, Never Been Kissed, and Adrian's favorite, Three Ninjas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So my hot take would be like, this guy makes me want to be a lawyer.
Wow. What? Expand. What do you mean?
I was like, dang, one, they live
He's got a nice house,
lavish lifestyle. Yeah, like that's not a bad way to live. But two, like just his whole demeanor, and then how he's including his whole family in on like the project. We're here at home. Like I don't know. It just was like, man, being a
Family
lawyer
law
wasn't
firm, huh?
too bad, you know.
I think he's defending a crappy person though. I think they're like
it's a pretty big lawsuit.
He's a litigation lawyer.
A huge lawsuit. Yeah.
It's pretty
Because
big.
even when Paul Rudd's character comes in, he's like, "Oh, how's law school coming? How's your whatever, you know, in college?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about being an environmental lawyer." And he's like, "Why do you want to live miserably? Like, do litigation. Like, it's all about the money, you know."
You have a hot take, Erica?
No, but I like that one. I like that hot take that he's the funniest character because the moments he comes in are really good.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. Okay, we go to our next category. The Winona Ryder. I'm stealing this. The best prop clothing to own. I mean, there's a lot of clothing options. I think we'd probably go to you, Erica, if there's any specific outfit you liked. No,
The
nothing.
easiest, it's the easiest one. It's her first outfit, her first checkered outfit. Like, it's so iconic. Like, you can't not take that.
Adrian, what do you got?
I want the dad's 45 and shovel. When he tells the guy, like, I got a 45 and a shovel, nobody will miss you. Like, yeah, I got a daughter too. I want the 45 and the shovel.
Got it. We won't ask, we won't talk about your current gun arsenal or lack thereof. But okay, fair enough. I got two. I noticed that. I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. Might be a big moment, but after Kenny's, we were talking about my dog. He had a bit of a scare being outside too long, and for whatever reason, I came to two realizations. One, I think I'm gonna stop smoking. Two, I think I'm gonna get snipped. Because the stress you have with the dog, I can't. I don't have any kids. For those of you that haven't been joining us, I think that's it. Like that shit drove me fucking bananas, and the cost, and just everything on top of it. I've made it this far. It's been great. It's been great. But
I
with all that,
approve one of those things for you.
I approve both of them. I like
yeah,
it. Go.
yeah.
Stand strong, brother.
See. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
With that being said, back in my weed smoking days, I would have taken the honey bear piece that Travis donates. Like he donates a bong, but then if you look, there's this little honey bear. Like
it's like the honey pack, like the honey bag, or not.
It's like it's the bear. It's like the honey bear.
The whole jar of honey. It was a bear and a little top that you squeeze it out.
Yeah.
He turned it into a bong.
What's the wildest piece you've ever made or smoked out of? Like, when you got to get creative, we've all been there.
I thought you meant like, what's the coolest shit I've ever? Because I've smoked out of
I mean, that you've made like a custom situation. I mean, the apple's a classic. A pineapple.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Could you taste like sweet?
I've also rolled a blunt in a mango. Yeah, in like a mango slice.
You got the best ones. I should have known. And then just the other thing I would take, Cher's white Jeep.
Organic girl. Sorry.
Sure. Cher's white Jeep. I mean, it's probably a gas guzzler, but it looks clean.
Even after she takes out a hydrant and sideswipes a car, it still looks pretty clean after.
Oops.
Yeah.
My bad. Should I leave a note? Castaway recasting. Who would you recast in this movie?
Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash. That's a hot take. That is your hot take. I'll tell you that. Wow. Why Stacey Dash? You don't think she did well in this movie, or just because of who she became?
It's just like because of who she is now.
I see.
Don't give her that stardom in the first place.
That's a hot one. What do you think, Adrian?
I mean, I guess we could go there. I don't really have another another option for recasting. It's just a classic, so I have a hard time recasting movies that are already a classic. Like, who would you go with? In that place.
So here's the thing: you got to think outside the bubble. So I found someone that isn't part of the main cast, so literally in one scene, but the guy that robs Cher. Right when she's stranded and the guy robs her, dude. What if we had like somewhat of a it's the right time just before he really took off? Skeet Ulrich from Scream, As Good as It Gets. He has this kind of like unsettling look where like he's probably not a good guy. I mean, he plays a killer in fucking Scream. Spoiler alert for Scream. But I think it'd be cool.
Or Matthew Lillard. Now that you're talking
either one, sure.
Yeah, I think either one of them would have been kind of like a little plot twist where they look a little bit like deranged. I mean, this is when you take a wrong turn in LA. Like,
sure, yeah. A empty shopping mall.
I don't know. When you take a wrong turn in LA, I don't think it's that bright. You know what I mean?
Well, that as well. Yeah. I
Fair.
don't know if they were in LA. Yeah, that's
They
fair.
needed the lighting for the movie.
Okay, but they're in the valley, so I'm assuming like what, SGV, which is still not that bright.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. Last category: the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito twins double feature recommendations. What would you guys pair with Clueless? I mean, we're kind of maybe this is also where we talk about our top high school movie. But what do you think, Adrian? What
I
would
feel
you
like
pair
the
with this?
obvious one is Mean Girls. Yeah, that's just the obvious low hanging fruit would be Mean Girls, kind of paired with this one. So
I had
the
that
next
on my
generation's
list.
version of this, right?
Yeah, definitely more
Kind
of a.
of.
I think it's definitely more of a comedy. Like it leans comedy, than this. I mean, but it's also the time. Like 90s comedies would have a good like kind of moral. Mean Girls does too, but you know, I think that'd be a big difference there. Erica, what would you pair?
Probably like a Fast Times at Ridgemont High with
Okay.
this one, just to kind of give you like maybe a little different, different perspective, different point of view, but same kind of, that high school aspect of it, but a
Yeah.
little bit more casual.
Yeah, I had Mean Girls, and I also had a movie I mentioned already, Legally Blonde. Like, check out Legally Blonde. Tell me if it fits. You know that this could be a
So
sequel
let me
to
ask
it.
you: do you like Reese Witherspoon better in that role, or would you rather see like Alicia Silverstone?
Like who's better in their
Right.
role?
Right.
I think Alicia
That
Silverstone is
is
incredible in this movie. I think I was watching like the acting chops for everyone, and for as much as she has to carry this movie, I buy it the whole time. Like I thought that's who Alicia Silverstone was, you know, especially at that time before she became a
Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Reese is great too. I think obviously Reese has had a bigger career and has gone on to make tons of like iconic movies and TV show now.
But okay, so the only issue I had with it was like Reese Witherspoon's character was supposed to seem more like ditzy and like unaware, right? Where Alicia Silverstone's character is not that.
She's with it, yeah.
Right. She's
Well,
But
getting ready to be a lawyer.
so is Reese's character. Like she's a lawyer. Like she
becomes a lawyer,
Well,
right? Like,
I know, but
but that's
even
not her
with
character before.
yeah, but even with even with Elle Woods, like you kind of always know, not that it's an act, but you always know she's smart. Like you always kind of get these scenarios where she's like, she really she applies herself, versus like with Cher, she was pretty ditzy at certain points. But like
And
I think with the characters, like
she's book smart, not street smart.
well, both of their hearts are in the right place, so they're able to get where they need to go. You know what I mean?
So on the count of 3, let's say our favorite high school movie. Okay, or like this kind of genre.
No.
Because you need time to think, or what? No, just what comes to mind. I have mine. I have 2, but I'll go with the first one that came to mind. You got it? You ready?
No.
Sure.
No. What comes to mind,
man? Superbad and.
Oh, here he goes, bro. We're supposed to count to 3 and say it at the same time.
Well, you asked me which ones come to mind. Superbad does, and so does.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know why I'm having a brain for it. I got it. Go ahead. Got it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 10
Jason
things I hate
Clueless.
about you.
Oh,
Clueless.
that's a good one, Michael. Yeah, Clueless is probably my favorite high school movie.
Wow.
Honestly.
What did you
Even
say,
though it's
Adrian?
Dazed and Confused.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Maybe it's not a good idea that we all talk at the same time.
It's not gonna pick up on the podcast.
Yeah.
No.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll do it live. 10 Things I Hate About You is my favorite. It's great. I can watch that all the time. We've talked about it before in the draft.
Yeah.
All right, on to our awards. The Julia Roberts and Pretty Women. Big mistake. Huge award. So these are our biggest nitpicks. We talked about a couple of them, specifically mine being like Ty becoming mean one to Travis, but then even when they have the mall incident where the guy's like kind of fuck with her, like she's gonna fall, and then she totally just flips on Cher and like ignores her, and like, where'd that come from? Like, what did Cher do to her to make her flip like that, other than just being a plot device? That's one that stood out to me. You guys have some?
That nitpick is mine too, where she's being like dangled off the thing, and like there's no security, there's no nothing. Like, I don't know. I just don't know how anybody would ever think that that was kind of funny.
What's his name? Paul Mall Cop. What's his name?
Yeah, Paul Blart.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was he? Yeah. Okay. What do you think, Erica?
Yeah, I think for me, like the whole like Christian scene with them in the bedroom, like that I don't know, that whole scene just bothers me because it's like I understand like her wanting to appear older and doing all this stuff, but just the whole scenario just bothered me. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just because
I
I'm
think the kids
older and
call it
it's like
cringe.
extremely inappropriate for children to be doing
It's cringe.
this, but
Sure. But they
yeah.
do. I mean, we're all in high
Yeah.
school. Let's move on. My favorite category, the John Leguizamo. This movie needs a Latin award. What Latin actor would we add or recast for this role? Do you guys have anyone?
I mean, I want to
whoever dates
recast
Dionne.
Stacey
And then-
Dash.
Wait, hold on. So Stacey Dash with the Latin.
Let's find someone for her.
She's gonna come after you.
I know.
Okay. Well, what did you say, Adrian? Sorry.
I would have said her boyfriend's character should have
Murray.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a hot take. You guys are coming up with the hot takes late.
I mean, we like Murray, and especially because he was in the show and everything was good with Murray. Like, he was the best character in the show. I think that helped make his like thing.
I mean, he went on to Scrubs, obviously.
Scrubs
probably
right after that, yeah.
his peak.
So
Yeah.
I think that was his, shining moment. But I would have, if it needed a Latino, I think in that character's spot would have been ideal.
Give me someone.
I don't know who.
Come on, man.
I want to say like a
We have this
Pena.
one.
Bro, first of all, we
But they
used
gotta be
Luis
young.
last time.
I know.
And anytime you look, anytime you go to a Latin agent, you go with Michael Pena.
Because he's at that comedic chops that I see. Like,
I'll tell you what. Let me help you here. So
Wait.
I would recap. Go ahead.
Oh, who's the guy from Miss Congeniality?
Benjamin
Bratt.
Bratt.
Is he?
I think we
Is
used him too, but that's okay.
Did we really? Fuck, I
he's
was
a-
gonna say he would be really
Yeah,
good.
and who would you have him be? Because he's a bit older than
Yeah.
this
I
girl.
would have put him in the Travis category, maybe.
Is it
I
the
could see him
skater?
being the
Skater?
dickhead.
Travis isn't a dickhead. Travis is the skater.
Oh no, who's
You're
the?
thinking of
not
yeah.
Travis.
You're thinking
his
of
name?
Elton.
Elton.
Elton,
Yeah.
the one that's trying to hook up with
And
Cher.
he's played
Yeah.
by Jeremy Sisto or something.
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
put him in that category.
Okay.
It's where he cast
Well,
him.
I have the award winner right here. Let me tell you what you do. Christian, right? He shares
The gay guy. Right.
the gay guy, right?
Mhm.
He's an actor. Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin.
That would have been a
He's-
good one.
The 80s and Menudo just ended.
But was he out then?
No, he wasn't. But that's what
That's what
makes
I'm
it
saying.
even better. But that's what makes it even better. That like now that he's out, you'd be like, oh, remember he was in Clueless? He did such a great job in Clueless. You know what I mean?
I
No?
guess.
If
Yeah.
not- if-
I mean, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
I thought I would have got a lot of support.
I
with this
just
one.
don't think he would have if he wasn't openly out at the
Okay,
time.
bro. This is a
taking on a
makeup.
role.
This is a
I'm just
makeup
saying.
situation. Like, hey,
Yeah,
what-
that
how
would be
much are we
perfect.
gonna? How much money would it take for Ricky
Right.
Martin to like? I mean,
Right.
come on.
That would have been
semantics.
perfect. That would have been perfect.
Okay, we'll go Ricky Martin. Next category, the Samwise Gamgee Most Underrated Character Award. Who do you think is the most underrated character here? What do you think, Erica?
The dad.
I have the same
dad.
exact thing
Yeah.
for the
100%.
same exact reasons. But like, you
Mhm.
think Clueless, you don't necessarily go to him, right? And he was great. You good with giving the award to Dan?
Yes.
Hedaya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Unanimous. Let's move forward. We got so just so you guys know, I go into the discords of Letterbox. Like there's a Letterbox Discord, and I put our pod in there and say, hey guys, hey, shout out to any of you guys that are watching on this one. But I shared the Superman episode, and it got the most interaction, but it was the most an hour and a half. It's almost as long as the fucking movie. So we will proceed on to try to make this show. I mean, it's a TikTok generation now, right?
An hour and a half long.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you missed that
But
one.
there's 4 people's
Without
opinion
me?
too.
There's 4 of us without
That's
you. Yeah, there's 4 of
crazy.
us and Superman. Adrian, you got your answer from a few episodes ago. Do you listen to the episodes that we do? There you go.
Dead.
All right.
I have
next.
it's because I just canceled my Spotify, so I'm trying different things right now. So
Well, catch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You could go to
Apple
our
Podcasts
website,
is where
actually,
I've been at.
seenthispod.com, and watch us directly from there. Great job. You set me up, right, Erica? This was all a bit to get a plug there.
All of it.
Okay. So Dan Hedaya as Cher's dad gets the underrated character award. The daughter in Hereditary, oh shit moment award. What do you guys got?
I got when the kid is thrown up in the pool. Like, oh man, not in the pool.
Bro, when I saw that, I legit had a visceral reaction. Like, oh, because weren't there
In the
people
pool?
in the pool? And people
Yeah.
were in there?
Yeah.
That's tough. You have one, Erica?
That's a good one. I'm down for that
That's
one.
good. I have my nomination is D going onto the freeway. Like, if you're watching this for the first time, the way it's filmed and the way everyone is freaking out, it's both terrifying and hilarious, especially once you know they make it out.
And I feel bad for probably being some of those people honking and yelling and making them more scared. Because I've had people you for sure know they made the wrong turn and now they're panicked. And she's looking both ways, terrified, and I'm honking at her and my wife's just looking at me like, stop, gross. And I'm
You got
in the
the
scene
old
that
lady.
it all came back to me like, oh man, I'm such a douchebag for that.
Well, hopefully you learned a lesson here. Clueless and shed some light here.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's called growth. Yeah, correct. Okay, so what do you think? Can we give it to D driving on the freeway scene? Is that all right?
Let's do that.
All right,
Sure.
that's the oh shit moment. I mean, the puke was pretty gross. I legit again, something you don't remember from the movie when you see it. Oh, but yeah. Okay, the Rocky Balboa gut punch award, most emotional scene. I was worried about this because it's not very emotional per se, but Erica, was there anything that stood out to you that could win the gut punch award?
I mean, obviously, you get those feelings of a gut punch when, you see friends, betraying friends. So, when it's obviously, rest in peace, beautiful soul, Brittany Murphy, but when she tells, Cher, you're a virgin who can't drive. But it's, it's so funny, but it's also oh, fuck, this girl that, she wanted to be friends with and, you know, help essentially, even though it was misguided and she figures that out. That was still kind of a sad, oh.
It was almost like a pure she's all that. Almost, I mean, some of the intentions were a little mixed, but she did want to do good for her, My gut or Agent, sorry, do you have an emotional scene?
Nah, I didn't have an emotional scene. Just besides when the dad tells him, I got a 45 and a shovel, and the kid's scared. That was probably the most emotion of the movie.
I suppose that's an emotion, yeah.
Glee.
To that quote you said, Erica, fun fact, Brittany Murphy later said in an interview that at the time of filming that she was a virgin that couldn't drive. So
yeah.
fun bit of trivia there for you. The only scene I found emotional was, that even though it's very wrong for all the reasons we already outlined, but when, Josh tells Cher Cher says, "You think I'm beautiful?" And Josh kind of hesitates and trying to figure out what to say. And he's like, "You're gorgeous," with that Paul Rudd kind of grin.
Green eyes.
That's kind of where that connection really happened, right? So that's what I'd go with. What do we think? Which one?
I like mine better.
Let's see. We got the four. Sure. You're a virgin. You can't. That's fair. Because that's a more wholesome.
That was a personal moment between the girls, and for her to throw it in her face is for sure an emotional gut punch because we've all done that to our friends or had it done from our friends. Like you tell them something in confidence and they use it against you. Like it's a low blow for sure.
Yeah. And that's the scene where she plans to throw away the things from was it Elton, right? Like
Yeah, she's trying to
Elton,
burn it, which they didn't
right?
even have a thing. Like she kept the bag of
Bro, they
stuff.
shared that moment of rolling with the homies. You know,
I mean,
that was a big
to be
moment.
honest, that should have probably been like the most emotional scene when he's like pressing on her and she's like, "No, stop," and then he just rolls out. Like you're only hurting yourself
She
more,
just
babe.
takes off. When he does that to Cher. When he does that to
Yeah,
Cher,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's proceed. The Coleman. Okay, here's a big one. There's a big one. The Coleman Domingo Best Dressed Award. There was a 2-horse race in this one for me, but Erica, what do you think?
For me, it's between Cher and Christian, obviously.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna put
mean,
it
I would
on
say
those
Christian.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Adrian?
so yeah, it would have to go to Christian, because he probably
Wow.
he even says like what are you, the Rat Pack? Like somebody died, you think they got a space open in the Rat Pack? He was the coolest cat, you know what I mean?
A
Like he was with
spot
his hat
open
and
in
his
the Rat
slacks and stuff.
Pack.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was
Yeah,
again,
but
just great.
hold on.
So good.
But Wallace Shawn's character, inconceivable. Mr.
Conceivable.
Mr. Wendell Hall.
Yeah.
Dude, he had some pretty proper suits. There was one where like he had a 3-piece suit on and it was like a underneath vest, but it was like a knitted like cotton vest. It wasn't like your typical, business vest. And I was like, oh, he's got some flavor. Like this is pretty dope.
Yeah, bro. He was that's how he got what was her name? Miss Geist.
Twink,
Miss Geist, right?
Twink Kaplan. Yeah.
So Twink Kaplan is also in Night at the Roxbury. Adrian, do you know who she is?
Yes.
Oh, you wrote it down. Yeah, attaboy.
No, but I pulled it up. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
And she plays.
She's at the flower shop. She's the one that
Yes,
cries
yes.
at the flower shop.
Crying
She's
flower
also
customer is the name.
she's also in Look Who's Talking. She's in that movie, and
And
then
both of them. The sequel
fun.
also. Look Who's Talking too.
Yeah. She's like the best friend.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I stuck around with the credits, and she's an associate producer on this movie.
Oh,
Speaking of
wow.
associate producer, just one thing. Yeah, and the director writer Amy Heckerling was a producer on Night at the Roxbury. That's why there's so much overlap with that movie. I thought I had to look. I was like, there's too many like overlap, and that there's got to be some connection. Sure enough, she was a producer on that. We got to keep an eye out for that anniversary. That's a classic. Okay, so where are we now? Coleman Domingo, you guys both said Christian. I don't have him on my list. I had Cher and Dionne. I think like Cher, yes, the classic polka dot skirt you mentioned.
Plaid.
Did you see her work? Oh, plaid. Excuse me. Did you see her workout outfit? That's like something you could work out in and go out in. The way the back was like the various straps or whatever. I don't know what that's called, but then if you look at D, like however you feel about Stacey Dash, like she looks great. And her outfits are on point in almost every scene. And Christian, my only issue with it is like he's in like what 8% of the movie. It's not really in
Fair,
it.
yeah.
And for all the different outfits that the girls have to wear, I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys. You guys decide who's our best dressed.
Of the two girls, Dionne would have to
let
take it.
Adrian
But
decide.
I like
Dionne?
Christian. Dude, Christian have the better outfits.
Bro, but listen,
most gay guys I know dress better than the girls I know. That's all I'm saying. How can you take it to give it to anybody else? It seems on point and accurate.
That's what you want to do. I think just the fact that this movie is female led about fashion and we're giving it to a guy. I don't know. Well, that's fair.
But that also, like, he was an underrated character in the sense that they even said, like, when they're talking to Murray, Murray starts laughing like, nah, he tells them all 3 different ways he's gay. And he's like, he does dress better than us.
All right. You're sold.
The boy does love shopping, Cher.
He does love shopping. Quick question, Erica. Who has better gaydar, men or women? Because this movie would say that men does, because Murray is the one that
Okay,
calls it out, and D
I'm
gets
gonna.
convinced.
So I'd like to say women, just because we kind of have a natural affinity to know that. The only reason I want to say gay is because there's a lot of straight men that don't realize that they are attracted to men as well, so they kind of like already seek that out subconsciously. So like,
Wow, we're getting deep. We're getting deep with
yeah.
this
Freudian.
response. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. Dr. Freud
I don't know. I
McMullen.
really
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know because I don't know. I have a terrible gaydar, 100%. Like, so I don't.
Tell us in the comments, folks, who has better gaydar, men or women? Let's move on. I can feel it. This is getting long. I can hear the people already. New director, who dis? A director whose vision we would like to see. Did anyone come to mind for you guys? No, Adrian, Erica, anyone for you?
I think it
I
would
don't know
be
if you're
really
shaking your head
curious
on this one.
to see Paul Rudd in a directorial sense and for this movie.
Oh, interesting.
Um,
So like an
yeah,
older, experienced Paul Rudd coming back in time.
yeah, maybe like to just maybe, tweak some things and maybe correct the age gap.
Okay. Just to throw someone out there for the sake of this award, I'd say Dennis Dugan. He directed Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. He's
got a
Adam
sequel coming up
Sandler's
here soon.
guy, director.
And he's also in the movie. He's like the PGA, the
Tour
main
I need to
director.
pause
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, correct. Sure.
My favorite high school movie is not Clueless. I lied. It's
Okay.
Easy A with Emma Stone and Ben Badgley. I like completely just blanked until like a high school thing came up. But that movie comes very close. I think that's in my top 3 probably favorite high school movies. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Before we started recording, Erica was talking about how many concussions we had. I think we just saw evidence of that there.
The delayed recall there.
That was good. That was good. That was
a little bit slow.
All right, so
But we'll give it to Paul Rudd.
We'll give it a Paul Rudd. We'll give it a Paul Rudd. All right. And our last award, the Oscar goes to, who would we give an Oscar to for this movie?
Style, the dress.
So
like,
costume design,
costume
right?
design.
That's what I had.
Yeah.
That's what I had. So Mona May costume design. Like
that design would be.
Set designs too, but a lot of it is outdoor, right? Like, which
but
is
that's
still
kind
part
of
of
why I
production
appreciate
design.
it. Yeah, I think I appreciate it a little bit more when people have to navigate in the public, kind of. You know what I mean? Like in a little bigger setting than normal.
I just think the fashion and everyone's even the fact,
100%.
like I said, they do that tour of like the different groups, like the baggy jeans and the whatever.
Yeah.
We kind of see an array of that. Just a couple fun facts about Mona May. She actually is in this movie. She makes a cameo as Cher's masseuse. So when Cher's getting a massage, that's Mona May giving the massage there. And then just one other thing, she wanted the girls to look more like mall rats, not necessarily models. So she had 63 outfit changes that only cost $200,000. The biggest costume expense was the plaid Jean-Paul Gaultier outfit that she wears in the opening scene. There you go. An outfit that she got to keep along with all of her outfits from the film, which ultimately, as she told Entertainment Weekly, she gave away to charity. So she got to keep all those, but eventually gave them away to charity.
And that's the difference
Alicia
between
Silverstone.
Alicia and Reese, because Reese kept all of her shit from Legally Blonde.
Any last thoughts on Clueless? It's a great movie. Generationally, it sounds like some of the younger kids could at least keep their attention to an extent and enjoy it. Anything else? Did we miss anything? All that drip and Clueless.
I really dig the lingo. I mean, I resonated with it. I still talk like that. Yeah.
Do you? Because your slogan didn't sound too Valley Girl, but nah, I get what you mean.
I mean, the actual words that are being used, not so much the Valley Girl talk, and that drove me crazy. I never appreciated Valley Girl.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We know a few people that talk that way, and God bless them. God bless them. Just one last thing. The Mighty Mighty Bosstones are playing at the party, at the frat party. This soundtrack would be a crime if we didn't talk about this 90s soundtrack throughout the movie. You've got
So,
Radiohead, you
we
got the
did
Cranberries,
notice
you got No
something
Doubt.
that when that band is playing at that party, like my son kept pointing out, like, you see the guy in the green suit? Like, he's just doing the same move the whole time. Like, it's almost like he's on a repeat and he's just like doing the same move. He's like, are you watching him? He's doing it again. I was like, oh, they probably cued him to just do this.
Keep an eye out next rewatch. But what I was actually going to say is there's a line in this movie that at that age when I saw it, and very superficial, but it stuck with me for a long time, and sometimes I still use it. It's like a Picasso. It looks good from far away, but up close, it's a big mess. Like, like
She says Picasso. I think it was something else.
It's Monet.
But
no,
yeah,
it's a Picasso.
It's a Monet.
I think it was Monet. Yeah, she says Monet.
It's a Monet.
It definitely is not Picasso. She says Monet.
It sounds like I made up my own mind then. I've gone Picasso. Thank you guys for listening. You can catch us on all the socials and on Letterboxd. Seeing this pod
because Picasso is clearly a mess.
But from far away, it can look like a thing. No,
not
okay.
Picasso.
Picasso or Monet, who do you take? Email us at seeingthisemail@gmail.com. You can go to our website, seeingthispod.com. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a part of our tribe so you don't miss out on a ton of anniversaries we talked about in the past. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Jaws. 1995, if we're talking about 30-year-old movies. The 90s are fucking great, but I'd like to sneak some older movies in with you guys, like from the 70s. But let's see. We'll see how we do.
The Sound of Music.
That's on the list as well, Erica. We'll get to it. I can't wait to watch it on the big screen, just like you can't wait for the Turtles on the big screen. Hitting screens in August. Check your local theater. But until then, stay safe.